All right, we're back. Actually, where are we?
Texas?
What is this place?
Miami?
What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Welcome to episode 20, which is day 31 for us. Is that right? No,
31.
we're day 32.
32.
Yeah.
Yesterday was 31.
Yesterday was 31. We're going to recap day 31 of our 90-day challenge, going from $0 to $1 million. Brand new offer. No sales team, basically building the offer from scratch, and we're showing you our wins, our failures, our opportunities, how we're thinking about things. So appreciate you tuning in and joining us for this journey.
Yes.
Good morning.
It has been a journey. Apologize for my appearance this morning. Was battling with Facebook pixels and custom events and conversion events and a whole bunch of other stuff on 3 different funnels till 1 a.m. last night, and we lost. We lost the battle.
We lost the battle?
It has not been won yet.
The battle may have been won, but the war's not over.
No, we lost the battle for
Really?
sure. Yeah, we got our asses kicked.
Oh, dude. It looked promising when I hopped off at
Nope.
12:30 or whatever it was.
Nope. I mean, I think Harrison's stuff is working, but we just don't know where it's being sent. So it's a new, new battle this morning that we'll figure out.
Why don't you describe the problem and see if maybe any of our zero listeners have
All right.
any
so
idea.
For the likely chance that one of you knows how to do this.
Out of all of you.
All right. So we have 3 different funnels, which means we have 3 different basically standard event types for lead, right? So we have lead, which is opt-in. We have page view, obviously, for people that hit the page. But then we have purchase, and then we have booked. Because we're using 3 different funnels, we need to use custom conversions so we can differentiate between each funnel. But the problem is that our purchase event is off of a page view and not like the pixel's basically firing off of the page view. So it's not firing off of the actual purchase event. So we were messing around and editing a bunch of stuff, and it fired the pixel 1,000 times. So now we have a pixel that's all messed up, and we just want to get true data out of the actual event. So we were setting up out of ClickFunnels a purchase event that then pulls the IP of the purchaser and then basically puts all of that information, meshes it, so it's in whatever Facebook likes to read. I can't remember the format. And then basically pushing that through a webhook to Facebook through the API conversion events. But now we can't figure out if the Zap is successful, but we're not sure if if it's registering on basically Facebook side or not. So we're probably just going to set up Google Tag Manager today and create custom events. I don't really see any other way to do it, but I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to get those custom events to fire the way we want to based on like the purchase event happening rather than the page view. So I don't know. I mean, we're going to figure it out, but
Yeah.
holy shit. It's like a 5-hour thing.
Let me ask you this. I know we went with ClickFunnels because it's just easy and quick setup, but if we were on a HubSpot landing page, how would things be different?
I have no idea.
That'd be interesting to figure out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I always get asked, hey, should we move over to HubSpot, HubSpot landing pages and basically have the entire website on HubSpot?
I mean, I know people that do.
And I mean, I've seen it like be super sick.
Yeah, I mean, no, you can definitely like comparatively ClickFunnels to HubSpot landing pages. If you're operating out of HubSpot properly, you have way more functionality out of HubSpot landing pages. The problem is that the builder is just not set up very well.
Yeah.
So building landing pages, building funnels, it's just really annoying to do, to be honest. So, I mean, to be honest, it was just too slow of a process for us to use. We just wanted to move quick, so that's why we went with ClickFunnels. But I'm sure we'll probably migrate away from ClickFunnels at some point. I really don't like ClickFunnels 2.0. It's terrible. To be honest.
That's what everyone says.
It's horrible.
They say that the classic version is actually much better.
Yeah, I haven't used ClickFunnels in like 4 or 5 years, but yeah, the 2.0 version is just like, I don't know. It's like the stuff that should be really easy is just super difficult, and it's really annoying to use for whatever reason. It's simple. Don't get me wrong. It's simple. It works. Like you can set it up very quickly, and the way they have it set up is for people to set things up super fast and be able to, do things with it quickly. But yeah, I just don't like it very much.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got that. We're it's still in the battle. It sounds like. Damn, that sucks, dude. I thought we ended that victorious.
Nope.
All right. Well, speaking of victory, let's talk about yesterday.
Okay.
All right. I didn't have any calls scheduled yesterday. I think you had one. Is that right?
Let's see. Yesterday, Wednesday, I had one. Yeah.
Okay.
I had two.
Yeah, two.
2 no-shows.
2 no-shows. All right. 0 completed. Already put these in. So 1 low ticket offer purchase, which is a lower day.
Because we were destroying the pixel
Yeah.
and changing all the ads, and
What was our ad spend yesterday?
a lot more than usual.
Yay.
Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Let's see. Computer's loading up. Ads manager. Yeah, yesterday was an uphill battle all around. Yesterday, is it the 14th? Yeah. $800.
800. All right. Our YouTube stats look pretty good. We got 2 new subscribers and 3,457 views on YouTube, which I think actually might be our record. Let's take a look here.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a W. I'll take that one.
Yeah. That's hell yeah. Congrats, bro. Let's celebrate. Here we go. Hey, we gotta find the wins where they're when we
right
can.
now, my win is in this cup of coffee.
Right. Yeah. We have
And
lowered
eye
the
drops.
standard of what it means.
Eye drops, wherever eye drops are.
Yeah, I don't know.
My
where the eye
eyeballs
drops
are on fire.
All right, a couple other pieces here. Leads yesterday.
Leads yesterday. Oh, let's find out, shall we?
All right, while you're looking at that, we did 51 outbound calls. We booked 2 closing calls, looks like on the calendar. And then 0 offers made.
I didn't make any offers.
Same. 0 red zone, 0 hero, and then 1 low ticket offer purchase at $27. So hard day's worth of work right there, all expressed in this revenue generated at $27.
All right, we had 1, 2, 23.
23.
I'm grabbing eye drops. BRB.
All right, so we got a new month here that we're starting here on the sheet. So we're essentially starting these stats over from the very beginning. So we'll keep tabulating our second 30 days. But how we finished our first 30 days, let's take a look here at our numbers. All right, so let me actually do this. Collapse this. All right, so the first 30 days, total closing calls that we had scheduled was 54. We had 133 low ticket offer purchases. We posted 64 shorts, 55 new subscribers, 36,622 views. We spent just under $14K in ad spend, generated 512 leads, did a little over 1,100 outbound dials. Total number of outbound, total number of booked calls was 59. We completed 31. We made 19 offers. We put 14 into the red zone. Red zone value, 150K. We ended up closing 14 deals for $213,000 in revenue, 133 in cash collected. So that's those are the actual metrics. Lead to booking was 11.5. Our show rate was 57.4%. Offer percentage was 61%. Our closing percentage was 45.2%.
Damn straight.
And our average order size, 15,219. Collected 62% of that up front. Lead to close, 2.73.
Oof.
Closing call completed to close, 45%. Offer to close, 73%. Damn. Pretty baller. Cost per lead, $27. Cost per booked call, $235. Cost per offer made, $732. And then our cost per acquisition was $993. So ROAS-wise, 15x ROAS on our ads for revenue, and then 9.5x ROAS for cash. So that's how we ended the first 30. Let's see how the second 30 goes. The goal, big focus for us is lead to booking percentage, getting that number higher. If we can double that, which I think we definitely can, that's going to essentially double everything with everything else being unchanged.
Yeah. Lead to booking goes up, conversion through the funnels go up. We get this freaking ads shit figured out so we can spend more. And
we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Yep, we're there.
Pretty much.
All right, cool. Well, I am ready for battle today. And I was also, one of my objectives was to get the reactivation engine basically done. So recorded the first video, the overview video, and I actually wanted to pick your brain on a couple things, not now, but in terms of just the reactivation engine, just a mechanism. But we'll talk about that later. But the reactivation engine, as I was recording it, I'm like, damn, this actually is my favorite one.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you got to have the others.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to do anything for you. But I mean, no one does anything with their leads that are just dying.
Yeah.
And their deals that are, I mean, that one just in the presentation that I gave in Paris, the one question where I was like, hey, just use these filters and create a list for the front end of your process, the middle of your process, and the back of your process, and figure out what percentage of your overall leads over the last 180 days have ended up here.
Grab a vomit bag.
People were, it was bad, dude. And these guys are spending money on marketing.
Yeah.
So, I've been using that a lot when I'm talking to people and trying to figure out where the problems lie. It's like, dude, you've got 50% of your leads just all ending up in no man's land right now.
Yeah.
And you're not doing anything with them.
Mm.
So, and the reason people don't do anything with them is because, one, they usually don't know how to set up the actual parameters to drop them out of the process and try and re-engage them. But then also, they just don't automate the first layer. Like,
right.
The first layer has to be automated. There's a reason that they're in no man's land. It's because no one's working them. So don't drop them into a drop-off list or whatever the case may be and expect your team to start working those leads magically again.
Yeah. When they have new leads that are coming in, why would they work those leads?
They won't. That's the thing. All right. What do we have going on today? Because there's some cool stuff. I am slowly coming back to life.
Yeah. Welcome back.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. All right, so that's gonna be a waste of time. It's a good sales call. This is we're meeting with that dev.
Yeah.
So we can finish building out a bunch of cool stuff. Actually, we're meeting with
2 dev teams.
Yeah,
Or 2 dev-like meetings.
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be very, very cool. Yeah, I've got the tap call, got a client call.
National Gold Group. Oh boy. Let's see. Interesting. You still buy gold? No.
Do I still buy gold? And
Have you ever?
Oh, no.
No.
You?
No.
Now probably wouldn't be a great time to buy gold.
Right now?
It's at like an all-time high, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Just going to wait for the retrace.
Buying silver.
Yeah. I'll do digital gold.
Yeah.
BTC.
Bitcoin, baby. All right, I've got some follow-ups. Going to run payroll today. I've got, a bunch of dev calls. Oh, man.
Yeah, and then are you confident we'll be able to get the tracking and everything with the funnel
Am I confident that it's going to get done?
today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounded
Yeah,
reassuring.
it's going to happen. It's just going to suck. God, dude, I don't know.
Dude, if we had a developer on the team, would it make this process easier?
I mean,
Does
yes.
it require that?
Not really. Like,
Okay.
You can use ChatGPT. That's what Harrison did last night.
Yeah.
He built an entire 5-step, bunch of different code, hash this, whatever. Shit that he doesn't know how to do, but it works. ChatGPT's a miracle. But no, having a developer that knows what is actually being done and seeing it and understanding it and knowing how to make certain things happen, for sure. Yeah, because basically what we did is, I already explained it. Never mind.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. That was a nightmare.
Oh man. All right. So that we'll continue the next leg of the battle on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. There's just like a few like open loops that, at least from my perspective, that we just need to close. With like the reactivation engine stuff, that's big. Yeah, that just needs to happen this week. So I'll be finishing that up, and that's really like number one focus. I've gotten as far as I can get with the AI tool. Had a call with Alaware yesterday, and going to be
You taught them stuff?
Taught them stuff. They're gonna digest it and make the, fill in some of the gaps that I see. Which if they can do that, this thing's gonna be nasty.
Monster.
Yeah. And I'll record the whole thing and put it into the course.
Damn right.
I've
been having people call it.
Call it? Oh yeah.
I'm just just call this number.
Yeah. Call Morpheus.
It's like, damn, Morpheus is legit.
Yeah.
I know.
Dude, there was a message that came in that was and it was like it started as an outbound SMS like, hey, this is Morpheus, Sales Momentum's AI assistant or whatever. He's like, dude, that's a sick name. And Morpheus was like, haha, thanks, gotta live up to it.
That's pretty good.
I'm like, my man.
Yeah, he's freaking ripping in there. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today I'm going to finish figuring out the ad stuff so that I can actually turn my brain towards what it should be doing, which is the content stuff, and getting new ad creatives. And then, to be honest, we're There's probably a few minor tweaks to the funnel. I mean, to be completely honest, this tracking is literally the kind of the final step before we can actually spend.
Press the plus button.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. I just want to get this done.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna hit up Christian. See, he's probably just gonna be like, dude, you're being an idiot. This is how you do it.
Dude, imagine.
I would.
It has to be something.
It's not as hard as we're making it.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
Damn.
There's absolutely no way.
All right.
But,
well, yeah. Is there anything else you want to cover? Because I know we both have lots to knock out today, and yeah, I'm eager to get things started. Not to, withhold anything, but we want to make these as valuable and as pointed as possible. And I mean, I'm just ready to go. Is there anything that you want to jam on?
No, honestly, finishing out some of the sections in the course, loading in some of the fill content that we've been kind of figuring out gaps around. Funnels are getting relaunched, or not relaunched, but just optimized. We're gonna be looking to spend a hell of a lot more. We're gonna be testing a lot moving forward. Probably after today, to be honest. Got a pretty good. I've got 7 sales calls between today and tomorrow. Saturday will likely start to fill up as well. We've got one more slot until we hit our 30, and then we're gonna bring up prices around the program. Results have been fucking killer. People have been super happy.
Yeah.
And we're hiring an internal dev. So if that's you understand APIs, you understand webhook, you understand like AI agent setup, prompting. I mean, if that's kind of your world, we're looking for somebody that wants to work on a lot of really cool shit. So if that's you, hit us up. Because, yeah, depending on what you can do, just say the number. It's yours.
Take all of our money.
Yeah. You can have my car. It's really nice. But yeah, so we're going to be starting to have some interviews around hires. And then, yeah, like Dean said, he's going to be finishing touches on some of the really must-have engines, components. And then, to be honest, I'm really happy. I mean, we're moving really fast. The business is growing drastically with less people. Margins are super high right now, which is a complete 180 from previous business model without this.
Mm-hmm.
And now with this, I'm talking we've probably added 50% margin.
Oh, yeah.
Or more.
We've 5x'd.
Yeah. Just in profit.
Yeah.
Which...
and grown revenue.
Not yet.
Well, yeah,
we're still kind of in the same boat. But
if this month goes the way that...
Well, if you put both together, if you put the done for you revenue plus this, then yeah, we're growing pretty significantly. But dude, just the margin. I mean, one thing that people don't tell you when you get into done for you service, agencies, just that whole world in general, like, all right, you want to become a HubSpot partner, you're going to get so many advantages, but it does come with a lot of really big
challenges.
100%.
Yeah.
Like the advantages is you're going to work with a lot of, I mean, if you're good, again, let me just be clear with that. Like if you're really good, you have a very specific like use case. You're not just a generalized, like I'll onboard you into HubSpot. I mean, you guys probably do pretty well there, but it'd be extremely boring. But if you're good, you're going to be able to work with a lot of really cool clients. You're going to be able to complete some really unique projects. Every project you work on, you're going to learn something new. And you're going to get a ton of experience and a lot of case studies very quickly. But if you go from the solopreneur type individual doing those types of services to bringing on a team and having the fulfillment side, you're going to go through spikes where the service that you're doing is insanely good, like no mess ups. Then you're going to have your holy shit, like we're not doing as quality of work as we need to. And then you're going to go back up and down. And on top of that, your margin is going to be paper thin.
Yeah.
So the mistakes you make, you're going to feel them a million times more than if you were to make a mistake on a software, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of mistakes you can make in different industries. in terms of impact to revenue. But you could have, for example, a client that needs you to stay on for an extra 30 days, and that turns to 90. And now all of a sudden you've spent $5,000-$10,000 to work with this client. Mistake, right? Super problematic. But if you don't,
they're not happy.
They're pissed off and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if it's your fault, their fault, or a combination. But you're going to go through all of these different components where, because you don't really have a buffer and margin, you're just kind of at the mercy of reacting to what needs to happen. And you can prep and plan and do all this stuff. And of course you can productize, and we got there towards the end for sure. Probably about 2 years in, we kind of really started to figure out the model, how it should work, the do's, the don'ts, the hard line in the sand with clients, regardless of, like general opinion on certain things. Like you have to walk a really strong, hard line to deliver consistent results. And you also have to be very, very good with the people that are doing fulfillment. And fortunately, we found really, 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 really good people. But again, really good people are really expensive. And then on top of that, you don't have margin to work with. So it's just a hard model to run. And I think the balance, the perfect model, is kind of where we found right now. It's a mixture of guided, done for you, and some combination in between of more of like a software or SaaS kind of model, right? Because the done for you stuff is extremely valuable. And it'll definitely help with LTV, and clients love it, and we love doing it, to be fair. Then you have the guided, which is going to help the teams that you're actually working with understand it for themselves and learn, which is going to be a compounding result. So if they figure out one thing and you help them, guide them through that, and now they have a foundationally set system and they understand RevOps, and they also are running a process where they're focused on velocity mechanism and baseline management and all this other stuff. And then on top of that, you're bringing in community and all this other stuff. I think that's the play in this space, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's way more valuable. They get a combination of both. And you fill the gaps in a lot of different places. It's not just like, oh, this is too difficult, let us do it. It's then, hey, all these other people did this too.
Yeah. You can do
Collaborate.
this. Let me teach you.
Here's all the training for it. And then also, we're going to guide you through it for what's next after this, and what's after that, and what's after that. And if you have any problems, we're going to guide you through what to do with them. And then also where your opportunities are, we're going to guide you through how to execute on them. So it's almost like we can help you get stuff done, put you in a group where everybody's focused on the same thing, and then on top of that, take you through one-on-one and give you all the documentation, the training, the tutorials, and make sure you understand it. I was on with a client yesterday, and they're like, hey, can you just come on and train the sales team for me? And I was like, happy to do it. But to be clear, I get asked that for one of two reasons. One, you don't understand like what it is that we just put together with you. Meaning like if I go train, it doesn't matter because it's not going to stick because you guys don't understand it. Or you're just really busy and like you genuinely want me to come in and help train the sales team. And obviously we don't fully understand it, right? I was like, okay, great. So I'm not going to train them. I'm going to train you. And as soon as you give me the thumbs up that you fully understand this, you can go train the team.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what would happen a lot with the done for you. It's like, just do it for us. Just do it for us. Just do it for us. And then, hey, are we doing this for you on this side because you just don't get it? Like you don't understand it yet, so you can't actually train it? Or are you just really busy, right? Because if they're really busy and we can do done for you, but they understand it, they're going to get 10 times the results than other ways, So anyways, I'm just really excited about this model. I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about what the team's doing. I'm excited to bring on a damn dev.
Dude.
An in-house dev.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to do stuff. I mean, right now we're coding through means of ChatGPT and
we're having a computer tell us how to work the computer.
100%. But I'm just thinking being able to pass that to somebody who just nerds about that all day. Like, and to be clear, I'd love to be able to do that. We don't have the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's learning another language.
No. And I mean, sure. Let me build this agent. It's going to take me 72 hours or a week when this guy is like, hey, Jeremy, we need this, this, and this done.
It's done.
It's done?
It's done.
I just told you.
It's done.
Did you test it?
It's tested. It's done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What else?
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that would be that will be very nice.
It's done.
It's
I didn't even tell you what it was yet.
it's already done.
I hacked your computer screen. I went through Zoom. I saw the tab that was open, and I finished it for you.
It's done.
Okay, how much do I have to pay you to never do that again? But
You've already paid me. I hacked into your bank account. I hacked into your bank.
check your Bitcoin.
Check your Bitcoin.
How? It's in a ledger.
It's gone. It's mine now. Dude, did you just rob me?
Yes.
Yes. It's done.
Honestly,
Yeah, you're right,
that's
dude.
okay.
It
It's
is
fine.
done.
You can have it. Just keep doing exactly what you've been doing.
Worth it. All right, yeah, we're getting to a whole other level. So, yeah, this next 30 days, I'm excited to see the difference. And, bro, I know.
Where are these things coming from?
I have no
There's
idea.
there's not even plants in here.
Yeah. Well, we got a fake plant right there.
Yeah, they're attracted to fake plastic.
Yeah. Dude, what we were able to do in the first 30 days, I'm super proud of. Yeah, even though we're, on paper behind on our goal, like we're also setting up some foundation, which is not super sexy. Sometimes it's, it feels like the battle, like what we were
Honestly,
working on last night. But dude,
what we have in place, I've worked on, I don't know, 300 guided or info or consulting type service
projects.
products,
Yeah.
projects, systems, teams, whatever. We have a lot that a lot of these companies don't have at 500, $1 million a month or more.
Yeah.
Which is exciting, but also I think one of the things that this whole last 30 days has been really good is with the done for you side of the business, we were so obsessed with the configuration of our own systems that we would overbuild something.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we only have to get this from, here to here. And we're building, so it's a tiny little gap. It's not very big. It's very easy to cross, whatever, but we're building freaking beams to it. We're building a freaking zip line across it. We're building,
Right.
like, we're putting all this crazy stuff.
A helicopter just to make that.
A freaking, cannon that shoots you out into a net and then whatever.
Yeah, no, just step over it. It's fine.
All you got to do is walk.
Yeah.
So, like, we were very inundated by our own ability to build systems because we were so good at it.
Yeah.
That we would try and make stuff so incredibly badass that it would take much longer than it needed to, which we were just obsessing over the wrong things.
Yeah.
Right? With this side, it's been move quick, get it to where it's good enough, and then circle back to it after a week or two, which is exactly how it should be, and kill or optimize. Like, there was no like just add more to it. It's like, all right, what are we deleting off this thing, and then what are we actually building that's going to make it better? And then after 2 or 3 cycles, which has kind of brought us to today, everything is just fucking badass now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's a really good distinction. Sometimes our greatest strength is our greatest weakness, and we're really good at solving problems. And sometimes it's like, oh, there's a problem.
Yeah.
let me solve that. Yeah, I can't see anything else but that problem. It's got to be solved.
That's how I am right now with the
same.
marketing side.
Yeah.
Cody's like, dude, give me something.
Yeah.
I literally
can't think about anything
I
else.
wake up in the middle of the night thinking about this.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. I have to do it. There is no stopping me from doing this. Like,
You will not stop me.
if you do it, I'm still going to go look through the whole thing just so I can pull it out of my brain.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's good now. That is horrible later.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it does create a constraint, but yeah, to your point.
I mean, it gets you going real fast, but it definitely does not. Yeah, it doesn't work long term.
Yeah.
But to be honest, again, like, I think for me, I'm like, my brain's analytical and wants to see the numbers. And right now, our marketing numbers, we can get them all, but I can't. Like, we need to visualize it easier, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're cross-referencing with the HubSpot data, we're cross-referencing with the ad data, then we're cross-referencing with our actual like basically data lake, right? Where we're pushing everything and making sure that these 3 add up. And right now, 2 of them are adding up and 1 of them isn't. And I can't. I need it to be all 3 so that I can finally be like, all right, our data's dialed. We're not getting a bunch of misfires, or numbers aren't inflated because we were testing a bunch of stuff, or this isn't tracking properly or not getting attributed to that or this or whatever. I can't do that. I have to have it done. And then my brain will obsess over the next piece to the puzzle, right? Which will likely be the actual ad metrics and testing and creating a process where we can just pump a lot of stuff. But until that,
going back into battle.
I'm freaking locked, dude. I'm locked.
But no, it's good, man. And I'm glad you're going through that. And
it's fun, dude.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think
a lot of dopamine there.
Well, I think the arc, if you're like young and you're getting into trying to get into business, you want to build something, like I think the arc is get into sales, like become very good at sales. You're going to make the money you need to try a bunch of other stuff, get into programs, masterminds, groups, whatever. But through sales, you're going to be able to open a ton of different doors. From there, figure out like sales management, like how to recruit, train, onboard, like that whole process. Then you're going to get into RevOps because you're going to have to manage people. You're going to be figuring out what's going on there. And within the RevOps side, you're going to start having a lot of curiosity towards marketing and systems and different stuff along those lines. And as soon as you kind of hit that, to be honest, like there's a ton of people that are decent with sales ops. I'm not going to say a ton of people. There's very few that are good with sales ops, but the problem is that unless you fully understand marketing, you're always going to be choked out and bottlenecked with anything that you do, because you're going to be at the mercy of whoever's telling you XYZ around marketing. I think a lot of people put off learning marketing when, if you look at all of the best businesses, business owners, whatever, like they understand marketing extremely well. Yeah. And that there's outliers obviously, but you got to understand the actual process of scaling ads, scaling paid, how it works, how to work with different platforms kind of all coming together, how the different economics are going to impact everything past it. So the sales team, your margin, all this stuff. I mean, marketing is the front of the spear. So if you don't understand that, you just understand the middle really well. I mean, you can get whacked pretty hard.
Well, yeah. I mean, with marketing, if you're optimizing for, let's say, like if you have like a 0.5% click-through rate and you just get that to 1%, I mean, that doubles sales.
It can, for sure.
It doubles what sales can do. And so marketing is, ultimately, like, I mean, sales is essential for everything else to, for everything else to run, for fulfillment to run, for, to generate revenue.
And when I say understand marketing, I don't mean be good at like coming up with creative ideas and concepts and this. I mean like the actual inner working of how process. Shit gets put together, what the numbers look like having familiarity with Ads Manager, understanding if things are working together properly. Like that skill set is just like really, honestly, just good to have. And then on top of that, that's where, and I've been told this many, many times recently, where people that are doing millions of dollars a month, either through their agency or themselves or whatever, through paid, is they were much better ad buyers, like media buyers, many years ago. Like they're like, I was 10 times better than I am now. Yeah. Way better. Like way better ad buyer. I was a fucking ninja. Yeah. Right. Now I'm just really good at lots of testing and lots of throughput and lots of creative audio. Like it's all just about volume of finding winners with the creatives. Like that's what it's flipped to. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It changes so much, like, and what you should be doing funnel wise, what the market that you're in is used to, how you kind of break off from that. Like VSLs were monster in COVID. You could run a VSL and you were, I mean, if we were doing what we were doing right now, during COVID, I mean, I don't even, it would be insane.
It
But then you have this like period between now and then where people are kind of used to VSLs. The Google platform changed in terms of how events come to your calendar with new senders and all this other stuff. People are used to the pre-call type of process, especially in specific industries. Low ticket and like webinars are actually kind of back because people just want value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's much easier to have conversations. The whole organic, like going all in on organic long format stuff is like really just outperforming everything else, like there's all these shifts and changes. And just to be honest, like I've just been getting obsessed with it because I've always been on the sales side, always been on the sales operation side. I've always communicated to a marketer on what I need instead of being able to go in and like help and like know how to actually configure it all, because I've always been on the sales front and the systems and making sure everything's set up. But now I understand all of the different components, and I understand like we always talk about evolution phases in sales. So like evolution phase 1, 2, 3, beyond. I'm understanding that kind of same methodology for marketing now. And it's fun as hell.
Yeah.
It's aggravating as hell.
Well, it's just because there's a learning curve. But dude,
well, you spend a lot of money.
Well, yeah. But to your point, like revenue operations and having systems built around marketing, so you can track, you can have a baseline for marketing, like all of those things are in service to being able to nail the marketing side of things, which is what you're working on right now, which I'm fucking stoked about, dude.
Oh, it's going to hit. It is going to hit. Also, when I finish what I'm doing with this, it's getting rolled and put in the course.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's the other cool thing about
every single
what we're
person
doing.
On HubSpot
Yeah.
is like struggling with this.
It's the same problem over and over
100%.
again.
So actually, I think with HubSpot, it's not fully leveraging everything in HubSpot, meaning it's not putting all of your tracking and pushback information and like the data sync between HubSpot and Facebook. Like there's certain things that you can do really well with HubSpot, and then there's certain things that you have to build outside of it, or in the actual ads manager. And that's what we're figuring out. If you want the highest like data quality ranking, data freshness, like you want the pixel to have all of the data and the information that it actually needs to do what you're pushing all of that information to Facebook for. It's almost like a 50-50.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you're going to do in HubSpot, right? For different mile markers, generalized like grouping of data, stuff along those lines. And then you're going to have your specific events that you're going to be building custom conversion events off of and different stuff, so you can age multiple different funnels on the same pixel. And yeah, dude, it's cool. It's just the setup is incredibly annoying.
Well, it's just like any other integration. Like, I've been working on our dialer integration, and like the amount of data in order for you to have like a rock solid system, the amount of data that gets passed between those two, and certain things trigger certain outcomes and updates and things like that has to be built,
Well, and then not to mention you have an AI.
That's the main reason why that's important for us right now. I mean, it's more important than ever before because of AI, and AI is reading all the description. I mean, dude, what AI can do right now is insane, but you've got to give it, you got to spoon feed it exactly what you want. You
know what I saw yesterday? I think it was on a YouTube short, actually. I think I saved it. I'll try and send it to you. So with the agent, like we understand like the fire crawl, where if it's a business domain, it goes and crawls all the pages of the site. If they're on LinkedIn, it finds them on LinkedIn, looks them up, does all this stuff before it actually calls. But another thing that I saw was like conditional, if they're in our CRM and they're like further down the pipe. So they can do all of that stuff, look at like posts, recent activity, all of this stuff. And then also HubSpot's prospecting agents does this automatically, where it crawls the transcriptions of your calls with them, it crawls your emails, all this other stuff. But you can also have like, an agent or something that basically just crawls the records and then pulls all of it out so that you could just prompt, like, for example, our Alloware agent on this information if it gets pulled out from the contact record. So basically, if the record's known inside of HubSpot, look at it, crawl the information, pull whatever's out, then you have the website, then you have the LinkedIn, then you have all this stuff coming in before the call happens. There's like, this is why I want this dev, because if we can create the trigger, have the agent do whatever the actual actions are to gather the information, what to look for, format it into the talk track or the prompting, right, to fill in additional context, and then it makes the call. And then we also have another agent outside of it that's grading that process so we can see kind of what information is coming back. Is it relevant? Is LinkedIn old and people aren't using it anymore? Blah, blah, blah. But they're like, again, I don't know how to do this stuff except for just banging my head and making it happen.
Right.
But a dev that can like do this stuff and fully understands like the actual like modules that we're talking about, how this stuff comes together and what languages or what, you know, ChatGPT versus whatever else is going to be best for all of these different actions. Because what's the difference? You have the like basic. I'm trying to remember. There's agents that are basically all guided, and then you have like the ones that
it's
are
like director agents versus task-based agents. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't remember. I just saw something where it was basically like anytime the agent was getting any kind of messages for a specific contact or calls, or, you know, they were doing the outbound calling or whatever, it was all prompted on how to look through the information inside of the CRM first.
Yeah.
Then it was, if we have domain, website, whatever, crawl information. HubSpot, you can now run obviously Breeze Intelligence. So push all of the other employees and the number and the head count and the revenue and actually amend the data so the agent has even more, right? Like there's all this stuff that you can do now to where it's like, I've already talked to you 6 times.
Yeah.
I already know your position, your role, the company, where you're located, how much revenue you guys are doing, your head count, your last post on LinkedIn. Like, I mean, imagine what AI can do with all of that information. Dude. And hitting every single lead that comes into your system, or just simply not even doing that, just taking it and covering your no-shows and covering your offers made, not closed.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
like just those two.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about the front end right away because people are nervous about that. I would start with SMS on the front end, then work your way towards voice if you can. If you're in an industry that like appreciates it, like for us, they appreciate it. They're like, oh, this is fucking cool.
Yeah,
right?
I want one.
Yeah, I want one, and this makes sense. You guys are a systems, RevOps, whatever company. If you're in the space of like somebody wants to speak with a person, or it's somebody that's not as sophisticated, older, and I'm trying to think of like maybe life insurance or like, you know, something that's like
more relationship based.
Yeah. You know, you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, on the backside, you know, no show happens, immediately trigger. It crawls, looks for any calls leading up to the call, crawls their company, does this, does that, ties it back to the solution of what they were actually looking for based on the meeting type or the event type or what they were coming in from. So based on what we're actually attributing them to, baseline or launchpad or whatever, calls them back, shoots them text, follows up. It's going to be more consistent than anybody else on your team. And if you get a response, instead of relying on the AI, you can easily just tag it and flip it to a setter.
Yeah.
And if the conversation doesn't get responded to in X amount of time, then flip back the AI.
Mm-hmm.
So the augmentation, all this stuff is just really cool.
Well, going back to what you were saying earlier, like the way I think about it is like, you know, it's almost like there's different personality styles. And so just like with humans, there's like the visionary type person, which is like oftentimes really good at sales, influencing. They, you know, are creative. Then there's also the integrator type of personality, which is, you know, they're very task oriented, process oriented. And the way that those two agents work is very different, but the way that they work together is essential, right? So,
100%.
You know, visionary is aggregating data, you know, getting creative with how to actually put together the email or what we're actually going to look for next or whatever the case may be. And the task, or the integrator AI agents basically saying, okay, what's the process that I should do here? What's step 1 is this, step 2 is this. And it just happens every single time. It's black or white. It's very, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think, dude, that just gave me a different thought, but we're very focused on the sales use case.
Yeah.
To be clear, anybody that's watching this, we're building out, I'm not going to say too much, but it's basically a lot of teams, when they're looking at marketing and sales data, they don't really know how to correlate the two. So they don't necessarily know how to read the data. And when teams know how to read the data, they don't necessarily know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So what we're putting together is kind of based off of our methodologies and our thesis and the way that we run and look at data and what to do with it, et cetera. Basically an augmented like RevOps
tool
agent.
Yeah.
Which is, it's going to be nasty. It's going to be cool. But where I was going with that was we've only been really focused on the sales use cases. Like when we get into the marketing side and we're using it to like read ad metrics and we're using it to call out winners for us. And we start using it for the actual content, like curation and like, there's so much there. We're barely scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're going so deep in the sales side. If I could go as deep on the marketing side, oh man, I think that would be, I don't even know what use cases here lie, but that's why I'm excited to talk to these guys and bring on a freaking dev.
Yeah.
You spend 3 hours on YouTube, you spend 2 hours creating whatever you want, and then the other 3-4 hours of the day, you're working off the projects we give you. That's it.
Yep. That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do. So if that's you,
hit us up.
Shoot us a message.
All right.
We got to go.
Top of the hour. So thanks for joining in, guys.
Start slow.
See you guys.
Build up faster. My
that's
cup
right.
is empty, so that makes sense.
All right. There we go.
Awesome.
All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.
Stop stream. Oh, we're changing the music tomorrow.
We are?
New jams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little reggae. I don't know. Only one way to find out.
See what we're feeling.